iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za, Cape Town City 2, Orlando Pirates 1, the DSTV Premiership on a Saturday evening. Thank you to the people of Cape Town. 20,000 people were at the stadium. Very intriguing game. I was very frustrated with Cape Town City. They were not in the game, but they came back or they went home with a victory. Orlando Pirates will be left to rue their missed opportunities. The highest ever goal scorer in the history of Orlando Pirates is Tso Vilakazi. He's next to me. Very frustrating game for Orlando Pirates. I need to ask you something specific. Why is it that every time Hotto finds himself on the byline, on the left, there is never a moment where a Kokumoy take a breather, push the ball a little bit forward, and then pass it to a specific person? Utholo umuntu, not pass it generally in a certain direction. Utholo umuntu, boom, by the D-line, someone shoots. Every single time. Today, there were 4 or 5 occasions where he's on the left, he's isolated. Utamsanga Mkize is out of position. Sondela, and utholo umuntu mawupasa. Why is he not able to do that? Why is he not training to improve that every single time? Because that's his biggest problem. No Saleng, that's his biggest problem as well.
Mr. Gonzalez.
So and so.
I'm also Justice, I'm also Drake. Ngibulisa Thabo chairman nginibulisa nani emakhala ngicela support njalo la iDiskiTV ngizobeka nje njalo ngichike futhi Msenkew. You know, I spoke to one of the coaches during the week. I said to him, there's 2 things that are happening in the game where the situations enzakala came in where you can blame a coach. There's situations that are happening in the game where you can blame a player. When you look at players, the Pirates, for me, personally, I can be wrong. Somebody will correct me, but I'm sure I'm 100% correct with what I'm going to say. Players, the Pirates, they play according to what the coach wants them to play. So you go wide, put a cross. If there's no one there, then I'll deal with those guys that are supposed to be in. But just do your job. That's how it is. That's why he can do this thing. It's not the first time he's doing this. Into yake, uchwayele, you over wide and put a cross. He doesn't even look who's there. He just put a cross. Then if there's no one there, that's not my problem. The coach said I must put a cross. I did my job. For me, it's very frustrating because I believe Mina Oguti, players, they need to take responsibility in the field of play. But now, when you look at how they're playing, players, the Pirates, they're playing according to the coach. If you're going to use the width, how do you think you're going to score a goal? It's not possible. There's no way. Look at Phyllis height. So if you're going to put that cross the banner against Urasma, he's not going to win the ball. Now, second thing is, you've got the short guy. How do you find a way of playing him in the team? Are you putting him in the team to add a number? Or are you putting him knowing he's a good player, there's other players that will play around him and use him where he's good? No. Urasmas for me is like he's adding a number because there's nothing that's happening in the midfield. From the 2 defensive midfielders, when they get the ball, they use their width, they need crosses. He's not playing. He's a short guy. Yeah.
I need to ask you something then, based on your answer, Oguti. What about the dynamism, Yoba Umdlali, and making your own decision in the game? If you're saying the instruction is to cross, here you are, you get paid 150,000 per month, you're a football player, right? You find yourself on the byline. You have like 3 or 4 seconds. You can get closer. You can see Darwin kid. If I go alone, I will see one angle got Darwin kid, and I will see my teammates. I will have 2 options. At what point does it become your decision to make? Because I get what you're saying, that maybe the instruction is to cross it, but it dynamism to make that decision in that moment. Because you guys were playing and you used to do those things. When your coaches were telling you to cross the ball, you knew when I'm in the D-line, I need to take a shot because there's no way I can be able to cross the ball.
Mr. Kyo, you know, sometimes I get tired of saying coaches and coaches and coaches. Yes, they are the ones that are putting those players in the field of play to go and play. But they are not in these players' minds.
Yeah.
A player needs to think. You've got a responsibility in that field of play. The team is signing because of the qualities now, and you need to show us those qualities in the field of play. To decision making no Saleng. For me, decision is this is not called for. You can't at this highest level in South African football, and then you're gonna do this 4 times. No ways. Yeah, maybe guy 1, guy 2, we can think, yeah, maybe, but not guy 4, Mr. Nkeo.
Yeah. How did Cape Town City win this game? So, because they were not in this game. They are my homeboys. I will always root for them. But to be genuinely honest, they were not in this game. At halftime, in fact, you and Junior were saying Pirates is going to lose this game. I said, if Pirates lose this game, it will be a huge disappointment for their fans because in the first 35 minutes, this was their game. By Mr. Zabo, they decided not to win it. How did Cape Town City win this game?
Mr. Nkeo, Pirates, they've got a problem. And the problem is move. And I did ask it before, Guti, why bangabuyeli badlale that 4-3-3 once? They must have four people at the back. It will help them in terms of closing the spaces in between. Because if you can look at the second goal, in that space between the third center back, in between Yona and the center back, so that space in between, that's where it happens. Guti Downing ungene lapho thola igol. Gonzalez ungene lapho thola igol. Mr. Nkeo, I said in half time, definitely Cape Town City will win the game 2-1. Because I know Pirates at the back, they always have space in between. They are conceding, if not equally 1, goal 2.
But it's not like Cape Town City was creating. No. This was the thing. Like I couldn't believe that because it's not. You can say a team is going to lose 2-1 if they're playing against a team that's creating. It's not as if Cape Town City was creating, and that's why I'm so baffled. How did Orlando Pirates let this one go?
No, it's because of Cape Town City. The thing was, they will score. It's because of they do have players that they can take right decisions at the right time. And that's what happened. Lapayana, right decision, no Tata played Lapayana, Van Ren, Washai cross Lapana. That's it. Bona, they do have smart players that they can turn things around in a couple of seconds. So, you're intending to Cape Town City, they will win this game because if Pirates could see good, like players they can't even think for themselves. And when you look at from the bench side, there's no plan B, there's no plan C. So it was easy for me to say, it's done. Cape Town City, they will get it 2-1. Pirates, they always concede for Bona because of, I believe, the 3 center back it doesn't suit the way of playing here Pirates because they concede. And the 2 defensive midfielders that is supposed to go initially for me, I believe with that 3 and 2 in front, they're supposed these 2 to close the spaces as between 3 center backs. But those spaces are still open. Even when the Ipola lay wide, you can see the Pola on my right hand side. So why are you still in the midfield there? Come here at the back because go to this center back is gonna drown Ugutiele. Then there's a gap here. Who needs to close here? Because the minute this center back comes here, there's a space again here. And it's forced this one to come in, there's a space behind him. Then it's dangerous. All the time it's gonna be that dangerous. And yeah, Mr. Nkeo, Cape Town City, they were nowhere to be seen. To be honest, first half, especially first half, they were nowhere to be seen. Second half, both of them, for me, they were like, the way they were playing, because no one wanted to really take a decision to say, I want to do this, I want to do that. But, it just, Cape Town City. Like I said, because I knew they do have smart players and they can take decisions at the right time. It depends Umakola got the ball. And Lapan, I thought he was gonna, go further forward to try and commit a team in that situation of 2v1 then see. But yeah, nevertheless, well done to Eric. Ama players work with the cleverness ababenayo. Bamtholele 3 points.
Yeah. Sometimes in football you play good football and they lose. Sometimes you play horrible and then you win. This was one of those times really for Cape Town. Said I'm sure Eric Tinkler is not going to be proud of the performance, but he'll be too happy for the 3 points. Considering if you were watching from the beginning of this game that they were absolutely out of this game. But it's one of those times where you don't play good but you win, and the most important thing is sometimes to win. iDiskiTV, iDiski Times, World Sports Betting. Thank you for watching us.